Land of the rising sun, packed streets, warm toilet seats, and now my new home for the whole year. After packing all the essentials, I jumped on a flight and 12 hours later, here I am in Japan. So who am I? I'm Ben White, and thus White Japan, for any of you thinking this was some sort of radical activist movement. It's always a problem with having a last name like mine. There's just some things that you really shouldn't do. Like, for example, I should never open some sort of electricity company, because the name White Power doesn't exactly lend itself to promising business. So, why am I in Japan? I'm studying as an exchange student as part of my university degree, and along the way I'll most definitely digest diabetically concerning amounts of melon bread. Seriously, why is this stuff not in Australia? I study Japanese, which when I tell people, 9 times out of 10 usually results in them saying, "Oh, so you're gonna get a Japanese girlfriend?" Or, you know, help me get some sort of career. If I had 1 yen for every time someone gave me that response, it'd look something like this. Although one person takes the cake when I told them, when they asked if I had any plans to join the Yakuza, because don't I look like prime crime syndicate material? So, studying abroad for a whole year, a lot of people asked if I get lonely or miss people back home. Firstly, that's an insult to my ability to make friends. And secondly, in this day and age of Facebook and social networking, you're never really too far away from anyone back home. Honestly, I'm more distraught over the fact that chocolate milk doesn't seem to exist in this country. Please, someone prove me wrong on this. Living in Japan, of course, comes with its own different lifestyle habits, such as remembering to take off my damn shoes every time I come back into the house. There's also the rubbish, which has to be discarded into different categories before it can be actually thrown out. I'm kinda just winging this one at the moment. But some things are actually quite a nice change, namely my toilet. This beauty has everything from a warm toilet seat to a little sink on the top and even a button that squirts your ass that I'm not quite game enough to try yet. Someday. I get to call the district of Ikebukuro my home for the next year. Having been here for a few days already, I've already done all the typical things that an Ikebukuro person would do, such as visit Sunshine City, hang around all the arcades, and do this. So, what can you expect from White Japan? Anything really. Just like your average bumbling tourist, I'll be filming everywhere I go. So stick around and join me on my adventures this year. Now, if you'll excuse me, I actually need to go buy some more melon bread. There's actually a bakery just down the road from me. I think it's the only place in the world that still thinks it's acceptable to use Comic Sans font.